it just kind of evolved over time where we just turned it into this thing that's more like a live band doing what a DJ does as opposed to just a band that plays like a song, stop, start, stop.
The best nights are like, you know, if we're playing, I don't know, like a Mad Lib beat and it's like, oh, this Aaliyah hook works over this. And it's like, wow, this is really awesome. We should remember to do this.
Sometimes Chino will just go into some type of groove or a specific groove that we've worked out for a certain song. Or Robb will just start playing a melody over top of something that we're already doing that just happens to work.
As a trio, it's like I have to play keys, main samples, and vocal parts, and typically all at the same time, or some kind of juggling where you think you're hearing them all at the same time. Like when we did D'Angelo Africa, Damian plays bass while playing all the background vocal parts at the same time, and chords, and I'm playing the Rhodes parts and the vocal parts, and it's like we figured out how 3 people can actually play all the parts in that song.
But then other stuff, it's more like people be hearing it, they're like, I think I know that song. What is it? But they can't put their finger on it right away, and we tell them like, yes, that's it. Because it's more our interpretation than it is verbatim.
You know, in a set now, we cover, what, 30, 40 tracks?
We just cater to the vibe of what the night is like, what the crowd's like, what the room's like. Sometimes you know, like, who's in the audience too. You're like, they like this kind of music, so you can kind of gauge that in advance. And we talk a little bit on stage. There's a lot of ways to transition between different types of grooves and tempos, so we've talked about that a lot, and, you know, going between like a house groove and then into like a trap thing and then mixing it with something Latin.
I still feel like I haven't even scratched the surface. A good producer or a good artist is like taking from other styles of music and making it their own. Sometimes you'll hear like layers of different snare sounds and you're like, how do I play that live? Or like to sound like a sample as a drummer.
It's a challenge, right? It's a fun challenge. We're now working with a collective of musicians that are all multi-instrumentalists, writers, co-writers, arrangers, producers, co-producers. I have extensive experience mixing and mastering music, so really the possibilities of what we can create through artist collaborations and as a collective are endless.